Hello, everyone, and good evening to you all. My name is Felton Parker. Today is Monday, August 18th, 2025. As always, each day is a wonderful day to be blessed by our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I sincerely hope you folks enjoyed your weekend. And I sincerely hope you folks have a truly blessed and wonderful Monday. What I have for you guys in tonight's video is the list of all the National Day holidays for my National Day calendar segment. That includes my featured National Day holiday. Also tonight, right after my National Day calendar segment, I'll have my famous birthday segment for you all, where it features our famous people who were born on this day. And also tonight in my weather segment, I will let you all know exactly what we're expecting for tomorrow, which is Tuesday, the remainder of this week, the upcoming weekend, and on to the start of next week. So without further ado, let's get things started here on this Monday night. As we conclude this day, also as we start fresh another week. Here we are in the middle of August. It is hard to believe that in less than 2 weeks from now, meteorological summer will be over. And only exactly 2 weeks away from the BER months, with bear months, BER months, starting with September. Actually, Labor Day is exactly 2 weeks from today. Did you guys know that? Of course, today was National Fajita Day. I do love me some fajitas. Been a little while since I last had Mexican food, but excuse me, you know I can't go wrong with fajitas. Good evening to you, Preston. How are you doing on this Monday night, and how was your day today? Of course, today was National Fajita Day. On this day, National Fajita Day recognizes the sizzling deliciousness of the savory Tex-Mex flavor found in fajitas. Hashtag National Fajita Day. In the early 1930s, Mexican vaqueros in Southwest Texas developed what we've grown to love all over the United States. Using throwaway cuts of beef, they developed a fajita. However, it wasn't long before they became a staple in the region. These cowboys cooked the steak over an open fire or grill. Once cooked, they served it with flour or corn tortillas. In later years, fresh pico de gallo, guacamole, and southwestern spices elevated the fajita. Soon, the convenient meal for hardworking cowboys made an introduction to new audiences. The fajita became a destination food in the culinary world. Excuse me. As their popularity grew, fajitas added a colorful flair to Tex-Mex menus. Sizzling platters full of bright peppers, onions, and a mouth-watering aroma delighted patrons. Menu choices beyond tender steak also broadened the fajita spectrum. Sweet shrimp, lean chicken, or pork with freshly made tortillas arrived at tables with fanfare. By the 1980s, most Mexican restaurants in the United States served fajitas. Even McDonald's served them for a time. I think that was like over 30-something years ago, though. And I think either Whataburger had sold them for a time, or was those burritos. In the modern culinary kitchen, lime, cilantro, and a plethora of vegetables find their way into a fajita too. Add to that the perfect seasonings, and mouths really begin to water. Another flavor boost comes from grilling with mesquite. Another flavor boost comes. How was your day today? Another flavor boost comes from grilling with mesquite. It adds a smoky flavor, and bacon adds crunch. Of course, who could forget the cheese? With their festive presentations, fajitas continue to be enjoyed today. The fajita has come a long way from skirt steak trimmings. So here's how to observe. While you're celebrating the day, invite a friend to join you for these flavorful entrees. Whether you prefer shrimp, steak, or chicken, there's a fajita for you. Pick your favorite from all the amazing flavors, and don't forget to use hashtag National Fajita Day to share on social media. What is the best fajita you've ever tasted? Like some popular Mexican restaurants, I know, of course, we do not have On the Border. I believe that's how National Fajita Day got started. of course, we do not have on the border Mexican restaurant. We did for a long. We did a long while back, but now we don't. In 2016, on the border Mexican grilling. In 2016, on the border Mexican Grilling Cantina founded National Fajita Day to celebrate the sizzling Tex-Mex flavor of the fajita. The registered National Day calendar proclaimed the celebration in July of 2016 to be observed each year on this day, August 18th. Of course, Shreveport did have On the Border at one time. It was on Uri Drive in East 70. I heard that Chili's has always had good fajitas. That is about the only thing I presently like from Chili's is their fajitas. Chili's has always had good fajitas. I believe that is the first thing I've ever tasted from Chili's. It's a fajita when I first started eating there when it first came to Shreveport back in the late 90s. And then I began going to the Chili's has Applebee's served fajitas? I know that Chili's has always had good fajitas. Chili's has always had some of the best fajitas you could ever think of. It's been a minute since I last had a Chili's fajita. It's been a little while since I last had fajita from Chili's. But I wonder, do they still taste the same today? But Chili's has always had good fajitas. I'm not gonna lie to you. On the Border Mexican Grilling Cantina is the world's largest Mexican casual dining brand. They offer an extensive menu of great tasting classic and contemporary Mexican food. When you visit, enjoy sizzling mesquite grilled fajitas and margaritas as big and bold as the border itself. On the Border is owned by Border Holdings LLC, with more than 150 restaurants in 34 states, Puerto Rico, Asia, and the Middle East. Follow and like On the Border at Facebook at facebook.com/On the Border Mexican Grilling Cantina, and at On the Border on X, formerly Twitter. For more information, visit ontheborder.com. Of course, Shreveport once had On the Border. Do you guys think that On the Border could make a return to Shreveport for the first time in like 14, 15 years, something like that? Whenever it left Shreveport, I believe On the Border may have left Shreveport either back in like 2009 or something like that, or 2010, something like that, one of those years. But they still have bunches of them in several other states. It's just that Shreveport doesn't have On the Border anymore. Not only was today National Fajita Day, today also was National Pinot Noir Day, National Ice Cream Pie Day. Also today was National Mail Order Catalog Day. And here's my famous birthday segment for you guys here on this Monday night. Today, rapper G Dragon turns 37. TV actress Manna Petch turns 31. TV actor Andy Samberg turns 47. Pop singer Clairo turns 27. Movie actress Josephine Langford turns 28. TV actor Richard Harmon turns 34. Swimmer Summer McIntosh turns 19. Movie actor Christian Slater turns 56. TV actress Elaine Harrow turns 22. Movie actor Edward Norton turns 56. Movie actor Jacob Vargas turns 54. TV actress Caitlin Olsen turns 50. Movie actor Max Charles turns 22. Movie actor Robert Redford turns 89. TV actor Dennis Leary turns 68. TV actress Parker McKenna Posey turns 30. Movie actress Madeline Stowe turns 67. And remembering on this day would be TV actor Malcolm Jamal Warner. Of course, I remember a few weeks ago. A few weeks ago we learned about Malcolm Jamal Warner's passing through drowning earlier this summer. Today officially would have been his 55th birthday. So remember, so today we remember Theo Huxtable, as today would have originally been his 55th. Today officially would have been his 55th birthday. Sadly, he passed away by a drowning incident earlier this summer. Actually, it was like a month ago. Also today we remember movie actor Patrick Swayze, who today would have turned 73. And also remember TV actor Martin Mull, who would have celebrated his 82nd birthday earlier today on this day, Monday, August 18th. And let's start talking about your weather. And of course, much like I've been talking to you guys for basically, much like I've been talking to you guys about for basically much of this entire past week, much of the past several days, the heat advisory nonetheless continues now through 8 p.m. Tuesday. That's actually 8 p.m. tomorrow evening. So the heat advisory continues. Upper 90s to lower triple digit high temperatures combined with high humidity values will produce heat index values near 110 degrees once again on Tuesday. Therefore, the heat advisory has been extended through 8 p.m. Tuesday. That's actually 8 p.m. tomorrow. 8 p.m. tomorrow evening. Heat advisory continues now through 8 p.m. on Tuesday. Forecast temperatures upper 90s to lower 100s. Heat index between 105 to 110. And of course, this basically covers the entire 4-state region. Heat advisory for all of northeast Texas, southeast Oklahoma, southwest Arkansas, and northern Louisiana. So remember to stay hydrated. Limit strenuous time outdoors in the afternoon. If you have AC, use it. Fans may not be adequate. And wear lightweight, light color clothing. So all of the entire 4-state region is under a heat advisory. What you see shaded in darker pink is that's what's known as the extreme heat warning, especially areas of portions of Arkansas and southeastern in eastern Louisiana. So elsewhere we're under a heat advisory. So we do have some dangerous and intense heat ahead of us. So eventually it's gonna break down where we will get our temperatures back to more reasonable readings. Overnight low temperatures will range through the 70s with isolated showers and storms lingering through early this evening before dissipating. Low temperatures tonight, another very warm and muggy night is in store, with lows for generally all of us in the upper 70s. That is a few degrees above normal for this time of year. Rain chances tonight, what you see to the right, showers and storms may linger into early evening. So that gives us a 10 to 20% chance. I'm not expecting much, but we have experienced a couple rounds of pop-up storms, but nothing too severe. It looks like that we could be dealing with better. I'll let you guys know when we're gonna deal with better rain chances. And remember to practice heat safety. So this is about know the signs, practice heat safety. So remember to practice heat safety tips during this period of an intense heat, especially if you are planning on spending any amount of time outdoors during the latter morning, afternoon, and early evening hours. So know the signs, practice heat safety. Heat stroke kills. It can happen to anyone. Know the facts to protect your kids. Here's the truth. In 10 minutes, a car's temperature can rise over 20 degrees. A vehicle can reach deadly temperatures even with the windows rolled down. A child dies when his or her body temperature reaches 107 degrees. So please remember that. So here are the habits you should consider making. Look before you lock. Get into the routine of always checking the back seats of your vehicle before you lock it and walk away. Keep a memento. Have something in the car that always reminds you of your child. Take action. If you know there's a child alone in an unattended hot car, get involved. Heat danger beyond heat waves. Most heat-related deaths occur outside of heat waves. Stay weather ready. Avoid overexertion and stay hydrated. Heat stroke can occur even during moderate heat. Never leave people or pets in the vehicle. Hot car deaths occur year-round. And assist those who are at a higher risk for heat-related illnesses Assist those who are at higher risk for heat-related illness, including children, pregnant people, and older adults. So remember the drill. Practice heat. Remember to practice heat safety. Make sure you're taking it easy if you're going to be out in extreme soaring temperatures, especially when it's above 105, what it feels like. And it looks like we have at least a couple more days of dangerous and intense heat. And of course, so once again, we now lately we have been experiencing some of the hottest temperatures of the summer so far. And of course, all of the entire 4-state region is under a heat advisory or an extreme heat warning. So most of the Arctic region is under a heat advisory. This covers southeast Oklahoma, eastern north, all of east and northeast Texas, south and southwest Arkansas, and all of North Louisiana. Elsewhere, what you see here in portions of central and eastern Arkansas and also eastern Louisiana into Mississippi is under an extreme heat warning. Elsewhere, heat advisory. So remember to take it easy, take frequent breaks, and make sure you're drinking lots of water to keep yourself. And also remember to keep pets hydrated. So we're talking about some serious heat. And of course, we're dealing with the line of showers. We're dealing with the round of showers and storms impacting deep East Texas along the Toledo Bend country. A few heavy showers and storms impacting Toledo Bend country and also portions of West Central Louisiana. That's the only. Of course, here in Shreveport, we had another cluster of storms that occurred earlier this evening. We've had another cluster of storms that occurred here in the area earlier this evening. But nothing measurable, nothing significant. And what you see here on the regional radar is a cluster of showers and storms impacting much of East Texas. This is most especially in the deep East Texas region and western Louisiana. Most likely impacting east and southeast Texas. That's where we're going to find the heaviest of the rain coming from the outflow boundary, driven by abundant moisture, and of course, in seeing the small pocket showers across southern Mississippi and also the Florida Panhandle elsewhere. So that is where you're going to find the heaviest of the rain here on this Monday night. Not too far out of the just well south of Shreveport. But we've had we've had a couple storms impacting Shreveport, but nothing measurable. Yeah, so a hot day indeed it was. A hot day indeed it was. A hot day, another hot day indeed it was. In fact, we have managed to see some of the hottest temperatures of the year taking place actually both yesterday and today. Now today, many of us here in Shreveport, we managed to experience the hottest temperature we've seen so far all this year. So, and also this will make it the 5th straight day that your high temperature has been at least 100 degrees or above. Now we started off with the sunshine mixing with some clouds, and then of course those clouds with the driven by daytime heating and humidity. Although humidity levels have remained fairly moderate, and driven by daytime heating and humidity, of course it turned out to be a very hot day. Now, did you guys know just as early as around the noon hour we had already hit 100? So this would make the 10th time that Shreveport has reach at least 100 degrees for high temperature. So that will mean that Villa's Quesadillas and Gingerbread House will have raised $1,000 because we have now hit 10 100-degree days this summer, compared to 16 last year. So this summer so far we have managed to experience 10 days of triple digits, and of course we've had and this will be the 5th straight day when Shreveport has had a high temperature of at least 100 degrees or better. But eventually, the end to the excessively hot, the end to the excessive heat wave is on the way. Now, and of course, we experienced a couple of those with outflow boundaries, and of course, it turned out to be despite the heat, it turned out to be another typical August day for us. Daytime heat and humidity leading up to a chance of late day pop-up afternoon and evening storms. Kind of like what you get to experience this time of year. And of course, I have rain chances in the forecast for most likely all for the rest of this week. I'll let you guys know exactly when we're likely going to see the most rain. So our high temperature today here in Shreveport was 104 degrees. Today's high temperature of 104 in Shreveport. Now yesterday we topped it at 103. Today's high was 104. Record high would be 110. Of course, fortunately, we did not tie record, but it's sure. So today's high temperature 104 is the hottest we've seen here in Shreveport in exactly a year. It was a year ago today when Shreveport actually had a high temperature of 105. But today we had hit 104. And it looks like the triple digits, looks like we have at least a couple more days to see high temperatures reaching the century mark. Temperature outside here on this Monday night is 82 degrees with cloudy skies. Humidity is 70%, dew point is 72 degrees. We have a south wind at 5 miles per hour. The feels like temperature, heat index of 86 degrees, barometric pressure at 29.98 inches of mercury, and visibility is at 10 miles. So we're looking at we're dealing with quite a bit of cloud cover. Now I'll let you guys know if and when the clouds are going to break apart. And like I mentioned to you guys already, a heat advisory is now in effect until 8 p.m. Tuesday. That's 8 p.m. during the day. That's 8 p.m. Tuesday, tomorrow evening. Heat index values up to 110 degrees are expected in portions of south central and southwest Arkansas, north central and northwest Louisiana, southeast Oklahoma, and east and northeast Texas until 8 p.m. Tuesday. That's 8 p.m. tomorrow evening. So that it is likely that for at least another day we'll have the heat advisory being extended. So this has been like for like the 5th or 6th straight day we have the heat advisory been extended. This is going all the way back to the middle of last week. Hot temperatures and high humidity may cause heat illnesses. Here are your preparedness actions. Drink plenty of fluids, stay in air-conditioned rooms, stay out of the sun, and check up on relatives and neighbors. Take extra precautions while you're outside. Wear lightweight and loose-fitting clothing. Try to limit strenuous activities to early morning or evening. Take action when you see symptoms of heat exhaustion and heat stroke. To reduce risk during outdoor work, the Occupational Safety and Health Administration recommends scheduling frequent rest breaks in shaded or air-conditioned environments. Anyone overcome by heat should be moved to a cool and shaded location. Heat stroke is an emergency. Call 911. Those who remember the signs of heat exhaustion and heat stroke. So if you're planning on being outside, I would recommend taking frequent breaks. And make sure you're drinking plenty of water, even when you're not thirsty. We want not anyone to be overcome by heat exhaustion or heat stroke. So we have to take this heat very seriously. If you must be outside, it is recommended that you get outside very early in the morning, because as early as like 9:30 or 10 or 11, 9:30 or 10 a.m. is when temperatures can get extremely hot. Make it worse. So it's been a rather hot and mainly it's been a rather hot start to this week. It looks like the excuse me, and it's only going to get worse. No, well, it's August, so oftentimes during the month of August is when we normally get the experience the hottest temperatures of the year. Tropical storm and storm surge watches for the North Carolina Outer Banks, hot in the mid-Mississippi Valley. Tropical storm and storm surge watches for the North Carolina Outer Banks, hot in the mid-Mississippi Valley. Tropical storm conditions and coastal flooding are possible in the North Carolina Outer Banks beginning late Wednesday. Tropical storm surge watches are in effect. Major Hurricane Erin is expected to bring life-threatening surf and rip currents along the East Coast beaches this week. Hot to extremely hot temperatures are forecast through Tuesday in the mid-Mississippi Valley. So we're getting ourselves prepared for, so that means I'm going to have the very latest on what we now have Hurricane Erin. So we now have Hurricane Erin. And the season's first major hurricane. And we've learned over the weekend that it was upgraded to a Category 5. Hurricane Erin is an active tropical cyclone currently impacting Luscian. Hurricane Erin is an active tropical cyclone that is currently impacting the Luscian archipelago. The fifth named storm, first hurricane and first major hurricane of the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season, Erin developed from a tropical wave on August 11th. That would be exactly a week ago today. While passing westward over Cape Verde, afterwards Erin stayed at tropical storm status due to marginally favorable conditions as it crossed the central Atlantic the next few days. By the time it neared the Lesser Antilles, it had strengthened into a hurricane on August 15th. That would be this past Friday. Very favorable conditions enabled Erin to undergo explosive intensification on August 16th. That was Saturday, reaching its peak at Category 5 intensity with 1 minute maximum sustained winds of 160 miles per hour and a minimum pressure of 915 millibars. An eye wall replacement cycle occurred later that day, and as a result, Erin weakened to a Category 3 intensity and began growing in size. After the completion of the eye wall replacement cycle, the hurricane re-intensified into a Category 4 hurricane, but again weakened to a Category 3 on August 19th. Well, weakened to a Category 3 on... Actually, tomorrow's August 19th. Today's August 18th. But weakened to Category 3 due to increasing vertical wind shear. Erin's precursor brought intense flooding to various islands in Cape Verde, resulting in 9 fatalities on San Vicente. Over 7 inches of rain fell within 5 hours between 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time, between 8 p.m. and 1 a.m. Central Daylight Time on August 11th. The government of Cape Verde issued a disaster declaration for San Vicente and Santo Antonio the same day. So, now there have been some impacts. There have been some impacts impacted by the Caribbean in the United States. This is the next radar alert from Puerto Rico of hurricane. This is next radar alert from Puerto Rico of Hurricane Erin at Category 5 intensity. On August 14th, a tropical storm watch was issued for Antigua and Barbuda, St. Bartholomew, Sabas, St. Eustatius, and St. Martin. Tropical storm warnings were issued for the southern Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos Islands. Tropical storm warnings were also issued for offshore Puerto Rico. St. Martin and Martinique were also issued a yellow alert by Meteo France. In the Dominican Republic, yellow alerts were issued for the provinces on the northern coast. A flood watch was issued for Puerto Rico and the United States Virgin Islands. Lion Air canceled flights to the British Virgin Islands and St. Martin. Caribbean Airlines canceled flights to Tortola. In Puerto Rico, more than 20 flights were canceled. Royal Caribbean's Vision of the Sea was directed to Port Canaveral, away from the Bahamas, to stay away from Erin. The Disney Treasure Service was rerouted to the Western Caribbean. On August 16th, a tropical storm watch was issued for the Turks and Caicos, later upgraded to a tropical storm warning 12 hours later. In the Bahamas at the same time that evening, on August 16th in the southeastern part was placed in a tropical storm watch, later upgraded 9 hours later on the morning of August 17th to a tropical storm warning. The central Bahamas later was placed under a tropical storm watch on the morning of August 18th. Now here are impacts made by Erin in the United States. Dare County, North Carolina issued a state of emergency. Dare County, North Carolina was issued a state of emergency on August 17th. Evacuations of Zone A were also mandated for August 18th and 19th on Hatteras Island. Ocracoke Island also had a state of emergency and evacuation orders issued. On August 18th, tropical storm and storm surge watches were issued for the Outer Banks of North Carolina. Impacts caused including Cape Verde and the Caribbean. Rough seas impacted much of the northern Leeward Islands. In Guadeloupe, 2.48 inches of rain was reported at Col des Marmots in the Guadeloupe National Park within 6 hours on August 16th. St. Martin reported wind gusts of 33 miles per hour. Large amounts of sargassum washed ashore on the St. Martin and Rio San Juan in the Dominican Republic due to Erin. 2 divers were rescued off of St. Croix. Heavy rains caused roads to flood in Puerto Rico. Over 159,000 customers lost power in Puerto Rico, and a conductor fell to the ground and the suspension insulator broke in Cerro Bayamón. So that is what we've known. So that is the very latest with very dangerous monster type category 5 Hurricane Erin. Now here is the very latest with category with. Now here are impacts caused by Hurricane Erin. There have been nine fatalities. There have been highest winds reported from this hurricane. A major hurricane is 160 miles per hour, and at 915 millibars is the lowest pressure with 27.02 inches of mercury. There have been 9 fatalities with 5 missing, and the damage is considered to be unknown. Areas affected are Cape Verde, Leeward Islands, Puerto Rico, Hispaniola, Lucan Archipelago. So that is the very latest of what is happening with Hurricane Erin. So Erin, as we know, has now been downgraded to a Category 3. Now here's the very latest with Hurricane Erin. Currently, Hurricane Erin is located approximately 780 miles from Cape Hatteras, North Carolina. Its maximum sustained winds at 125 miles per hour, with wind gusts up to 155 miles per hour. The system is moving from the northwest at 9 miles per hour, and barometric pressure is at 28.02 inches of mercury. So this happens to be the very latest with Hurricane Erin. Here's what we're showing Erin at peak intensity north of the Leeward Islands on Saturday. And that is the very latest of Hurricane Erin. So tonight we should be expecting skies to become clear as we bottom out at 76 degrees. Of course, that's a few degrees above north. It's going to be a rather warm start to the day overnight tonight to the day tomorrow. And don't forget, remember the heat advisory remains in effect until 8 p.m. tomorrow evening. 76 degrees should be your low temperature tonight, with maybe just a slight chance of a shower, thunderstorm or two. We have an east-southeast wind at 5 miles per hour, chance of rain 20%. Now tomorrow, as we make progress into tomorrow as we proceed into your Tuesday, expect a mix of sunshine and clouds. But it's going to be another hot day, so it looks like we will have at least another day with temperatures reaching or exceeding 100 degrees. So tomorrow expect temperatures to rise once again into the triple digits. Tomorrow going into your Tuesday, consider tomorrow to be a mix of sunshine and clouds. Remember that the heat is going to be dangerous, so please limit your time if you're planning on being outdoors at any time during the day tomorrow for your Tuesday. Then expect a couple of spotty thunderstorms. You expect a chance of those afternoon hit or miss thunderstorms to develop tomorrow afternoon with the high temperature of 102. Feels like temperature 108, so that's what it's going to feel like. If in the shade, it's going to feel like 104, but if you're in direct sun, it's going to feel like 112. So tomorrow, going into your Tuesday, expect the high temperature to reach 108 degrees to 102 degrees with the feels like temperature 108. So remember to take it easy, take frequent breaks, and make sure you're drinking lots of water to keep yourself and keep yourself and your loved ones hydrated from such dangerous heat. Winds will be from the east northeast at 6 miles per hour. Chance of rain 50%. That's during the day. So expect another scorching. So tomorrow's gonna be another scorching hot day, much like what we had experienced today. And here's how we're planning your day tomorrow going as we head into your Tuesday. Expect skies to become mainly clear during overnight hours tonight. We will start off tomorrow morning 6 a.m. with clear skies, temperature 76 degrees. 9 a.m. tomorrow with sunshine. We should be at 87 degrees with the feels like temperature of 97. So, you know, it's going to be another day of very intense heat and humidity, much like what we had experienced today. It's 9 a.m. tomorrow, we should be at 87 degrees. The feels like with sunshine, we should be at 87 degrees. Feels like temperature of 97. Noon tomorrow, now around noon tomorrow at around noon tomorrow at lunchtime, expect with sunshine, we should be at 97 degrees with the feels like temperature of 106. 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon with partly cloudy skies. We should be at 101 degrees, feels like temperature of 107. So please take it easy if you have to be outside. Take frequent breaks and make sure you're drinking lots of water. 6 p.m. tomorrow evening, expect partly cloudy skies with another round of showers and thunderstorms, with the temperature of 98 degrees, feels like temperature of 101. And by 9 p.m. tomorrow night, we should be with clear skies. We should be at 89 degrees. But expect the high temperature tomorrow to once again reach the century mark. And if we do so tomorrow, it will be considered 6 days in a row with triple digits, and also it will be considered the 6th day in a row with triple digits, and also the 11th time we've reached or exceeded 100 this summer. So far in August, we've had just about nearly as many triple digits as we've seen by this time last year. But I was hoping this. I was hoping. Well, you know, the vegetation is drying out, so I was hoping we wouldn't have as many triple digits as we saw last year. So counting today, I will confirm tomorrow. Counting today, we have had at least 10. And it looks like a couple more could be added. I'll let you guys know how hot it's going to get, and also relief from the heat is coming. It is expected to come. Now, here's what the next 7 to 10 days have in store for us. After our low temperature night, 76 degrees, expect skies to become clear. Tomorrow, as we proceed into your as we go into your Tuesday, expect a mix of clouds and it's expected to be another hot day with the mix of clouds and sunshine. Remember, the heat's going to be dangerous, so please minimize outdoor activity. Remember to limit your time being outdoors. They expect a couple of spotty thunderstorms in the afternoon. A couple of spotty thunderstorms are possible, much like what we experienced today. With a high of 102, low of 77, feels like temperature 108. Winds will be from the east-northeast at 6 miles per hour, chance of rain 30%. Now going to your Wednesday, another hot day is expected with mostly sunny skies. Remember the dangers of dehydration and heat stroke for an extended period of time. And also expect another round of thunderstorms in the afternoon with a slightly better rain chance for your Wednesday. With a high of 100, low of 75, feels like temperature 108. And now here comes relief. Now Thursday it's not looking nearly as hot. Expect a mix of clouds and sunshine with spotty thunderstorms, mainly in the afternoon. Not as hot for Thursday because we have a weak cold front that's going to come through, lower our daytime high temperatures. Now this is likely to bring us some relief from the heat. Expect a mix of sunshine and clouds with spotty afternoon thunderstorms, with a slightly better chance of seeing showers and storms developing. This is going into your Thursday. With the high of 93, low of 72, feels like temperature 100. It won't be feeling quite as hot, but still humid. Winds will be from the northeast at 6 miles per hour and chance of rain 50%. Friday, expect cloudy skies with it will be cloudy with thunderstorms in parts of the area as we go into your Friday. High of 93, low of 74, feels like temperature 97. Winds will be from the northeast at 6 miles per hour, chance of rain 40%. That's for your Friday. Now going to your Saturday, expect mostly sunny skies with another round of thunderstorms. With the high of 94, low of 73, feels like temperature 99. Winds will be from the northeast at 6 miles per hour, chance of rain 40%. So, and then finally we start to take a break from them. We start to take a break from daily rain chances beginning on Sunday. Expect a hot day with sunshine as we go into your Sunday. High of 98, low of 74, feels like temperature 102. Winds will be from the north at 6 miles per hour, chance and no rain is expected for your Sunday. And also going to your Monday, the start of next week, except it will be hot with mostly cloudy skies. And slight chance of a shower, thunderstorm or two possible for your Monday, week from today. High of 97, low of 75, feels like temperature 100. Winds will be from the east at 6 miles per hour, chance of rain 20%. And looks like that we start to see another round of daily rain chances returning as we go into your next Tuesday, which is the 26th. Expect a mix of clouds and sunshine with showers and thunderstorms likely, with highs in the low 90s, chance of rain 60%. Next Wednesday, which is the 27th, expect a mix of clouds and sunshine with a chance of spotty afternoon thunderstorms. Highs will be reached the mid-90s, chance of rain 40%. And next Thursday, which is the 28th, expect mostly cloudy skies with spotty thunderstorms possible. Highs will be in the mid-90s, chance of rain 30%. So we just have to get through a couple more. So for those of you that's kind of getting sick and tired of the triple digits, just hang in there. Just a couple more days of temperatures reaching 100 degrees or above. Now today we hit 100. Today turned out to be the hottest temperature we've seen all this year. Today turned out to be the hottest day we've had so far all year of 104. Now and hopefully that number will stand. So instead of us reaching the low to mid 100s like we saw today, now tomorrow we're only going to be in the lower 100s. We should be in the lower 100s for daytime highs for both tomorrow, which is Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then when once we get past Wednesday, we say goodbye to triple D. It'll be adios to the triple digits and say hello to temperatures near to slightly below normal readings. It's beginning on Thursday, so we're going to start to see the changes. So we have 2 very hot days ahead of us. That's both tomorrow, which is Tuesday, and Wednesday, with high temperatures reaching the low 100s on each day. With the high of 102 tomorrow, the feels like temperature 108. Wednesday, high of 100, feels like temperature 108, and then we ease back on the extreme heat as ridge of high pressure moves further away beginning on Thursday. Give us a more relatively normal mid to late summer pattern beginning on Thursday, with high temperatures actually just slightly below normal, which would be nice for a change. We're settling with daytime highs mainly in the low mid 90s for high of 93 for both Thursday and Friday. And then Saturday we're up to 94 with highs reaching low to mid 90s for Saturday. Then the heat returns but this time highs only in the upper 90s for both Sunday and Monday, and what feels like temperatures once again returning to the triple digits. So the heat and humidity will return late this weekend and into the start of next week. And it looks like that once we get past, so we just get past tomorrow, and hopefully we should be done with triple digits. I believe we're going to end the number at 12. So we have a couple more days of temperatures reaching or exceeding 100. Just hang in there. So where it feels like temperatures in the upper 100s for both tomorrow and Wednesday, and also Thursday in the lower 100s, since Thursday it will be humid but not nearly as hot. Then we kind of ease back on the heat for late this week into the weekend, and then the heat rebuilds back up late this week into the start of next week. Now your rain chances, I have a 30% for tomorrow, I have a 30% rain chance for tomorrow, which is Tuesday, 40% for Wednesday, 50% for Thursday, 40% for both Friday and Saturday. Then we'll take a break from the rain on Sunday with no rain expected, the way it's looking as of right now. And a 20% chance by the time we get to the start of next week, that will be next Monday the 25th. So hopefully we can at least get in at least a decent amount of rain to put an end to triple digits for good. I believe that from here 10 is enough, more than enough. Rainfall total should be at around a quarter to half an inch, just as I've been saying to you guys the past few nights. Just like I've been telling you guys the past few nights here. And of course, we've had now here's a recap of your NFL preseason matchups from both yesterday and today. So yesterday, the Jacksonville Jaguars and New Orleans Saints ended in a tie. The Chicago Bears completely shut out the Buffalo Bills with the final score of 38-0. And also, the Cincinnati Bengals took the victory over the Washington Commanders with the final score of 31-17 to wrap up the second weekend of preseason. And next, in the upcoming preseason matchups will feature the Atlanta Falcons and the Dallas Cowboys. That game begins at 7 p.m. Friday evening. And Saturday at noon, we'll have the Denver Broncos and the New Orleans Saints. The next weekend of preseason. So once again, remember to take it easy, take recruit breaks, and drink plenty of water. Just a couple more days of heat advisories and very hot temperatures, and then relief from the heat is on the way for Thursday and Friday, as we'll have highs on lower 90s, slightly below normal. And then we'll dry and heat up as we go into late in the week into the start of next week. Well, that will be all that I have for you guys here on this Monday night. Once again, my name is Felton Parker. I'm officially signing off here. You guys have a good night. Sleep peacefully. Take care of yourselves and each other. Most of all, remain blessed and stay safe. Thank you.